Good morning, friends. This is your friendly neighborhood counselor and cosmic heart, Linda. As always, we will start our cosmic heart session with a prayer. So I invite you to place your hands on your heart, close your eyes if it is safe and comfortable for you to do. Taking in that deep cleansing breath of love and gratitude. Letting go of anything that came before this moment. Allowing to be laid aside anything that is to come after we listen to this session, knowing that we'll be able to pick it back up if it is ours to do so. So grateful and thankful to be willing to be the two or more who are gathered in the name and the nature of love. Grateful and thankful to remember and recognize the truth of our being, which is unconditional love, divine perfection, wholeness, harmony, joy. We're grateful for our mighty companions, our earthly and heavenly helpers. We ask them to surround and support us now in this moment, leading us and guiding us, blessing us, inspiring us, allowing us to receive whatever it is that is ours to hear in this session, even if it might feel difficult, knowing that it is coming from a place of love and only love. We are grateful to be excellent receivers, and we claim the all good right here, right now, with open minds and open hearts. And we're grateful to be able to share the benefits of all that we receive and all that we are with Mother Earth and all her beings, because we are one. In grace and gratitude we let it be, and so it is. Amen. So, what are we uncovering today? I'm trusting that you were brought to this video today because there's something in it for you to hear that will be helpful, even if it feels a little bit challenging. Again, knowing that it's coming from a place of love. And I'm feeling called to talk about how to cultivate a prayer practice, a meditation practice, a spiritual practice, a supportive practice that will be helpful in allowing us to move through difficult times, allowing us to remain at peace, and allowing us to um, not only survive, but thrive through what can feel like a challenging world sometimes. So I know the first thing that helped me is to regain my trust in myself. And in order to do that, um, I had to rebuild that, because there were so many times when I didn't keep my word. I would promise myself, this time I'm going to do it. you know, this time I'm going to get up every day at 6 a.m. and I'm going to sit in meditation for 15 minutes, and, you know, I'm going to journal, or whatever, whatever feels most helpful for you, just making that promise. And then I would break it. And I would feel awful about breaking the promise. And it was just adding more fuel to the fire to the parts of me that were saying, you are not trustworthy. And I know that's not true, because I've had many people that have depended on me, that have benefited from what I have to offer. And so the only person that I had to convince was myself. And so for me, the way that I did that was by making super small commitments, starting with 3 to 5 minutes. Just for 3 to 5 minutes, I'm either going to sit in silence and contemplation, or I'm going to um, listen to a guided meditation, or I'm going to um, pray, or I'm going to journal, but just 3 to 5 minutes. And for me, it was helpful to actually set a timer and then stop. When that timer goes off, stop. Because the parts of myself that would rebel and resist doing the practice that I knew was going to be helpful was a part of me that was like, this spiritual stuff is bull. It's not going to help. It's not going to do anything. Why do we even bother? So if I stopped when the timer went off, even if I felt like I could sit for longer and journal or meditate or whatever, the more I did that, the more that rebellious part of me, I kind of picture her like some goth chick smoking a cigarette, leaning against the corner of a building. I don't know. That's just what comes to my head about my resistant personality, or my rebellious part of my personality. Um, she got quieter, and I feel like she started to gain the benefits of the practice that I was cultivating. So um, she was less likely to say, this is not working or this isn't doing anything. And that was really helpful. So start with that. Another thing is letting go of practices that aren't working anymore. I remember signing up for a 40-day forgiveness workshop, or not workshop, a 40-day forgiveness letter writing challenge. And it seemed like I was flying through it. The first couple of weeks, I was just flying through it. Every day I could get one written. And then it started to get harder and harder and harder. And the harder it got, the more resistance I was building up, and the more I was using that spiritual practice to bully myself and beat myself up and prove to myself how, how wrong I was, how, again, untrustworthy. So letting go, allowing yourself to let go of spiritual practices that are no longer helpful, or supportive practices. Another thing that has just come to mind is I am a Course in Miracles student. I have been since off and on since the 70s, but late 70s, but seriously, since the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. So I do the lessons every day. There's 365 lessons in the workbook of A Course in Miracles. And I've been doing them nearly every single day, I think since 2010. So it's been a while. And one year that was particularly challenging. We were spending a lot of time in the hospital with a family member that was very sick, having to travel a lot for that, and being in unfamiliar places, having an unfamiliar schedule. And I missed several of them. So since there's 365 lessons, January 1st, you're supposed to start over again with the lesson number 1. At least that's what I had been doing. And I thought to myself at the end, when I got to the end of the year, like, I'm maybe 7 to 10 lessons behind. I'm just going to keep going and finish those lessons up. And then I'll begin with lesson 1 when I'm completing with that. But what happened was my ego started using that as evidence that I am a failure. I'm a failure in doing my own spiritual practice that I had committed to myself. And I think I got about 4 or 5 days into the new year where that thought would pop into my mind every day when I would read and do the lessons for the day. And I thought, oh, this is not helpful. This is not helpful. My ego was using my spiritual practice to beat me up. And so I just let it go. I started with whatever day that lesson was for the year and moved on. So um, allowing yourself to let go of what you think your practice should look like, or what you think your practice should feel like, or how you think you should be doing your practice, and just allowing it to flow is also very helpful. So, is there anything else? I guess the only other thing that's coming to mind is um, knowing that your practice is just that, it's your practice. And so other people may be doing things that are different from what you're doing. And you may even get advice or suggestions from people that you love and care about or respect, that to tell you that, you know, you should try this. This is a great practice. I've been doing this for a long time and it works really well. And what I would say to that is, if you're inspired to try it, do it. But if you're not, it doesn't mean you're any less than them, or that they're any better than you, or again, that you're not a failure because you can't add this one thing to your practice. Your practice is your practice, and you will be inspired. That will come from within. You will be inspired by your higher self, by your higher heart self, as to what is most helpful for you, that is most supportive for your body, mind, soul, spirit. And isn't it great that there's so many different flavors of spiritual practice that we can try, right? So, what I suggest for you is to learn how to trust yourself and learn how to be trustworthy to yourself, and allow yourself to do what feels helpful for you. And that's enough. You're enough exactly as you are. You're enough whether you have a practice or not. Do you, boo, right? So thank you. um I hope that you found something that was helpful for you, and if you did find something helpful and you would like to go deeper, you can reach out to me in a comment on this at the bottom of this video. One-on-one, we can work together The counseling sessions that I offer are 45 to 60 minutes long, cost $100. And I'm happy to share more details when you reach out in the comments for your appointment. Please share this video with family and friends who you feel it may support. And I would love to hear your feedback or suggestions for future topics. So be sure to like, thumbs up, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell to receive notifications when new videos are available. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and stay true to your own cosmic heart. Bye for now.